What's going on, guys? It's Luke here. Going to run through this trade recap for two trades today that we took on ES. As you can see, the first trade we ended up taking a loss, and then the second trade we ended up taking a win. My stop loss was up here. I don't know why it's down there, but yeah, let's get right into this. So starting on the daily, we knew that ES and NQ were both in bullish order flow. I wanted to see this continuation. We had a strong bullish close yesterday. I wanted to see price continue up potentially to eventually take out this high. We went to the 4 hour. Let's go back here. And we were in bullish order flow. You know, everything was respecting bullish order flow. We respected this bearish fair value gap. We had this sell off and then we were pushing up, but order flow was bullish. We broke structure. I want to see a continuation of that, right? So now we go to the hourly and let's go back here again. Price is just in overall bullish order flow. We broke structure to the upside. We're pushing up. For sell side draws, I had marked out these London lows and these two fair value gaps. And then for buy side draws, I had marked out the Asian highs, the previous day highs, and then we had these hourly fair value gaps that were within that big 4 hour bearish fair value gap. So market opened up and immediately took out this Asian high right here, right? So it took out the Asia high, but it never took out the previous day high. Now, if you look at NQ, on that same candle, NQ took out the Asia high. I just don't have them marked out, but they're right here. And then it took out the previous day high. So we can see that ES is basically lagging behind NQ. And for me personally, since I have a bullish bias, if I see continuation confluence on the lower time frame, so order flows continuing bullish on the 15 and the 5, I'm looking for continuations to long, at least up to this previous day high. And then I want to leave runners to continue up to these imbalances, just because if we're going to take out this previous day high, we're likely going to fill in this imbalance, maybe this imbalance, and then we could potentially sell off from there. So we had 10 a.m. news today, and this is where I screwed up and took the first loss, right? So 10 a.m. news comes out, and I see that order flow is being maintained bullish. We did run through this bullish fair value gap to the downside, but then we closed right back into the range and we had this strong bullish close. And from here, I seen it pushing bullish and I was like, okay, we're definitely going to continue up to take out this previous day high. If you look at the same time, NQ is ripping bullish. Order flow is bullish, 15 minutes bullish. So I looked for an entry, and this was my entry right here, actually. So on the 1 minute, we had basically, I think this was an SMT. I can't really remember, but we had a push above, a tap back into this 1 minute fair value gap. We had this bullish close that ended up closing above these highs. So it's a break of structure. I put my stops right below these lows right here, and I was targeting break even, basically take profit one at the previous day high, because the risk to reward wouldn't have been that good. And then I wanted to see price pull into this imbalance and then potentially take partials from there and then run it to this imbalance. So we got stopped out pretty quick on this, and the reason why was because we entered this trade after the 10:02 candle. So we literally entered this like 3 minutes after the news. So that was my mistake. Usually I try to wait 5 to 10 minutes after the news. So that loss definitely could have been avoided, but we ended up getting a re-entry, thankfully. So order flow again was bullish, but we definitely could have avoided being manipulated on that trade. So now let's go to the second entry, right? So at this point, the 15 minutes maintaining bullish order flow, we had this big wick to the downside, which basically manipulated and took out a lot of lower time frame sell side. Order flow is maintaining bullish. We look at NQ, which is our leading index. It's continuing to push bullish. We look at the 5 minute now. 5 minutes swept out all of this lower time frame lows right here, and it's maintaining bullish order flow. It hasn't broken structure to the downside, right? So for me personally, I'm still looking for longs to continue up, take out this previous day high, and to fill in these imbalances. So this was my entry right here. If we press forward, we had this 1 minute bearish fair value gap right here, get run through. This was my entry on this bullish close, because it invalidated this bearish fair value gap, and it was a break of structure, right? So for me, I'm going in right here. I put my stops below this 1 minute candle right here, which was, I wanted to put it right below this 1 minute fair value gap, but I wanted to give it a little bit of breathing room. If you did enter this trade and you put your stop below here, which is why I had it marked before, this would have been probably the safest bet. But for me, in terms of risk to reward, this was what I wanted to do. So again, this was my entry right here on the 1 minute invalidation of that bearish fair value gap, break of structure. And I'm targeting basically the previous day high, these imbalances, just anywhere within there to take partials. And then this last imbalance is the final take profit. So we ended up hitting previous day high pretty quickly. And then on this close above right here was where I moved my stop loss to break even. I didn't want to move it to break even off of this wick. So I didn't take any profits at the previous day high. I just moved my stop loss to break even just because I seen that order flow was bullish, NQ was continuing bullish, so I figured that it would just continue up. I ended up taking off some small profits in the middle of this imbalance, like right around here was basically my real take profit one. And my second and final take profit was the start of this second hourly FVG. So we ended up clearing 2.86R total on this trade. The first trade would have been 2.96R, but that got stopped out, of course. So again, just to recap, I seen order flow was bullish. We swept out the Asia high. I wanted to see price continue to the previous day high, which NQ had taken out. 15-minute order flow was bullish. 5-minute order flow, again, we got stopped out on this one on this wick, but we re-entered seeing that the 5-minute order flow was maintaining bullish structure. Again, we entered off of this invalidation break of structure on this bullish close right here. Stops just below this 1-minute candle, targeting the previous day high. We're targeting the middle of this hourly imbalance, and then my final take profit was the start of that second hourly FVG. So if you look at it from here, we just see a continuation of order flow, and I wanted to see price basically fill these imbalances before sell off. I know a lot of people would have been going short at this time, and I personally just see what order flow is showing me, and if order flow is showing me bullish, I'm not going to trade against that just because we're tapping into a higher time frame buy side imbalance, right? So that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, 1 loss, 1 win. So we ended the day, it's a nice profit. We'll be back at it tomorrow. We got some news again tomorrow. Well, we got news all week, but yeah, we'll see how the rest of this week goes. Super confident, and yeah, it's great to have a week with all red folder, drive some good volume into the market. But that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Till the next video, give me a like, subscribe, comment the video, follow me on Twitter, link in the description if you guys want to support the channel. Till the next video, I'll see you guys then. Peace.